Now here is a very pregnant recording I need to get under my belt, and this talks about the ongoing issues with a lot of Jamaican teachers deciding that, hey, I'm leaving the country of my birth to go overseas to get a better paying job. And let this be prefaced by saying this is nothing new. This is going for decades where a lot of these paid professionals in the education field and in other divisions are underpaid, underappreciated. They put in a lot of hard work, especially kids and teachers to educate a lot of these kids. Unfortunately, many of these kids are so unruly and so unappreciative that it's a profession where you pretty much get a lot of gray hairs and lose a lot of hair at the same time due to much tension there. Because I'll also add due to the fact that, hey, many of these teachers don't get decent pay, well, despite the fact that prices are raising at every turn. A lot of these teachers, and many of these other people in these other professions said, fuck this, I'm going overseas where I'm hopefully going to get a better job. And yeah, I'm not going to say that, hey, that the grass is green on the other side, but I do understand. And let's just be honest, the powers that be in Jamaica know this, but they've made it clear that we don't give a damn. So let's read this quote. So, school administrations are bracing for impact after anticipating massive exodus of teachers over summer holidays, as hundreds of educators reportedly leaving the country to seek out better employment at a new school year. Well, less than 3 weeks before the 2022-23 academic year begins, Lynn Wright, president of the Jamaica Association of Principals of Secondary Schools, said that a sense of dread has engulfed principals. We were basically saying, hey, due to the fact that they're going to have a lot of vacancies, we're scrambling to see how many people are going to pick up the slack when these students return. He said that the issue is so grave that it's impossible for administration to attempt to arrive at an appropriate figure in relation to the numbers of teachers leaving the class to take up jobs overseas. And here are the big numbers now. Other reports suggest it could be up to 400. Yeah, basically saying that it's more than 400. Let's just be clear on that. They're understating the numbers. It's way more than what they're telling you. And he goes on to say, yeah, he's just basically saying that we're screwed. And he goes on to say that, hey, we are, they say that, yeah, a lot of teachers are tucking tail because, yeah, we're tired of the base pay they're getting. They're tired to have to deal with these children who are pretty much acting like animals at a zoo. And the thing is, yeah, we can always say that many of these students need to have teachers in help to mold and guide them. But fact of the matter is, many of these teachers have to also deal with the fact that due to the irresponsible parents that raise a lot of these brats, that they just become de facto parents for most of the day until these kids go home, where obviously the bad behavior that they cultivated is continued outside of school, and then when next day comes, wash, rinse, and repeat. Now, what we're telling is this lady, Favor Williams. Here's the crap she said. No, let's just be honest and say, this woman don't believe a damn word that she's saying. But let's just hear what this rubbish she said. Supposed education minister, I put the first part in, Favor Williams has repeatedly downplayed concerns of mass exodus of teachers, says no data cause alarm. And that's basically Favor Williams to me. As long as I get my big nice paycheck, that 6-figure salary that I'm likely earning, I really don't give a shit. Because let's just be honest, whichever empty suit party they elect and put in the education field, yeah, they're just to eat the food. We're not really there because we give a damn about the students. We don't give a damn about the teachers or the faculty. We're just here just to make or get that nice little paycheck every month, and probably twice every month. And then we'll just go home to our gated communities and pay all this never mind. Yeah, and yeah, people will be just quick to say that Favor Williams need to go, but let's just be honest, her and her predecessors and let's just be honest, many other people who came before her, many of them were on the same crap. If you can find one or two MPs that actually had the best intentions when they came when they get into the education field, feel free to tell me because majority of them are saying the exact same thing. I'm just believe when Fable Williams leaves at some point, her successor is going to be saying the same garbage because all you have to understand is that the education field is just a money making entity where certain people get their lion's share, and the lion's share that should be going to these teachers that goes to certain people. And this is why a lot of these teachers are leaving. And it's not the first time, but what they're basically saying is that not once am I hearing it saying we need to increase the pay of the salaries of these teachers so that they can get better pay. Because people don't understand how hard it is to be a teacher. I'm not a teacher per se. I know people who are teachers, like my people in my family members have been teachers. A lot of them will tell you how stressful it is, especially when you're dealing with students who are unruly, undisciplined, and dangerous at times, though. Because the horror stories a lot of these teachers would tell you, well, yeah, it would make you want to weep. All right. And the thing about this is that people have Fable Williams because she fixed her stupid ass mouth to say, "Yo, we shouldn't." There's basically taking this that we shouldn't be locking out all these unruly children, which basically means that I don't know what it's like to be in a situation where I'm dealing with certain students who are not acting like children but like thugs, and the teachers are between a rock and a hard place because they know that a if they try and defend themselves that they are their island unto themselves because then they have to not only deal with the students, they have to deal with the parents of these students who are even where they got these students got their bad behavior from, and nobody in the education board in high places are going to defend those teachers much and so on. So these are the culminating factors as to why many of these teachers are saying, I'm not really fuck this. I'm walking away from my job and I'm gonna hopefully go to either Uncle Sam, the Queen, or even I don't know what the Canadian equivalent is. I don't know if it's Uncle Pierre, Uncle Jean, or I don't know what Canadian term, or like I don't know, or you could say Uncle okay, I say like Dudley Do Right, Uncle Dudley. If you remember that character. I'm just going to go elsewhere apart from Jamaica, and I'm just going to hopefully make it get a much better living. And yeah, I'm not going to say that grass is greener. I've been there myself, but I can understand why a lot of these students, these teachers, are saying, "Why bother? I'm not really gonna. Things aren't really improving the way it should be. Why am I killing myself? Especially I have family to feed, whatever. Screw this." But as I said, it goes on to the point that Jamaica, on a whole, refuses to get rid of that slave plantation system that governs it. And as a result, Jamaica, we're paying a lot of these people, like our teachers, who should be actually getting adequate pay for all the good they're contributing. Because teachers play a very important role in how a lot of people in our society turn out. Right? But again, because of the fact that many of these people in certain places, like Fable Williams and her ilk, are acting like they're like the plantation owners doing slavery, they basically said, "Hey, it's just there. We're just there to get our fat to the land or lay the land, and we're not really there because we want to see these students and these teachers contribute positively to society. Yeah, we don't really give a damn once these teachers leave. Yeah, whatever. I mean, like, yeah, we're just gonna probably find some other people who can underappreciate and underpay just to fill their ranks. As long as we're really earning that, we get to eat the food. That's what really matters. But overall, not to babble, is that Jamaica, we refuse to get rid of that colonial system, and this is the end result of it. But most Jamaicans have said, "Fuck this." I mean, we're just going to keep going down that downward trajectory because until we hit rock bottom, if we haven't already, and Even after we hit rock bottom, we're still, many of us are not going to get the idea. But this is just, I'm not saying this is the end. This could have been avoided because, again, Nora's liberal right, run right in this article or in influence it. Let's do something to improve the conditions of these teachers. Let's make sure they get paid better. I mean, because obviously, funding Kamina Johnson Smith's Dime to Failure campaign was more important. Paying out some of our cronies who were complicit in some of these thefts in these institutions like Rural Reed, Yolanda Ramharak, Andrew Wheatley, and all the people I'll be here till 9 in the morning naming. Yeah, paying them these exorbitant amounts of money, hush money basically. Yeah, that's more important to me. Like, we can't pay these teachers, we can't pay these other people, but we can pay our fellow travelers who are complicit in a lot of our illegal activities, all this money that they claim they don't have. And this is what's happening. But yeah, Jamaica as a whole, y'all did this to yourself. You keep voting these do nothing people who don't, like Miss Williams, and I'm Williams and whatever, and this is the end result you've gotten. But as I said, those Jamaica, I'm overall going to ask, when y'all going to get to through your head that that plantation system is actually hurting the country more than helping it. But a rhetorical question it is, because I know the answer to that same question. So it's a general discussions type recording. So that's all I have to say. So this is for State of Jamaica and the Caribbean. Check out my other YouTube pages, Miles Gilson Farron, Miles Productions, Real Thoughts and Miles. Ciao.